Hello! So I'm back and just wanted to show you, so this is the heart. I've just been showing you how to cut this out and how to get your edges nice and smooth and to make sure you've got no serrated bits. So all I did, as I showed you, was take a smooth tool and push along the edges. So I'm quite happy now that I've gone along the edge and it's all nice and smooth. If anything was a little bit serrated or stuck out, I'd get the scissors back and just chop that bit off, okay? If you're doing something that's got more detail, then it's even more important to do that. You don't want to have, you know, something that's, you want a nice, you know, for example, if you had a piece where there was an arm or a leg or a tail or a, you know, anything, or even just a straight line, you don't want a sudden and harsh edge to it. So this is the point when you want to check on that. So get that done and sorted. Now, obviously this has been quite well handled. So copper shim, like any copper, would be picking up grease from your hands and things. And you want to get rid of that, make sure it's clean before you start enamelling it. So I tend to not scrub copper shim in water because it's already ever so flexible, and if you're going to scrub it, it's going to get more and more bent. So I tend to put it in the kiln and heat it to degrease it. But if you're doing that, just be very careful that you're not doing it for too long. It's a very quick process, and you just want to see that change of colour. So at some point I'll do a video and show you how to do that, but what I'll say is if you're going to do it, just be careful that you don't overcook it and end up with something you're then going to have to actually clean further. So just, you know, a quick bit of heat, you'll see the copper colour change, and sometimes you'll see it literally going across the copper. It's quite beautiful, and it's just getting rid of the grease. So once you're happy with that, you've sorted. Now, just so that I can show you that I'm not making this all up, I have been working on some hearts. So these are some that I made earlier. So these are some I was enamelling yesterday, and I've done a couple of different techniques with this actually, with sieving and powder and wet packing and so forth. So quite pleased with some of the effects that are on these ones. So they're still quite delicate, obviously. You've got to remember that shim is a much thinner copper. So, you know, if you're going to have something that isn't going to be mounted, copper shim probably isn't the way forward because it's so delicate. You know, you're going to have to think about that. But if it's going to be mounted on something, then, you know, fab. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So yeah, I've been doing a few. Let me show you my others, because I had quite a little bit of fun yesterday just playing with some colours. Somebody said to me, can you do some greens on your hearts? I thought, yes, I love green. Green's like my favourite colour. So I was quite excited about that. And then I've done this little one here as well, with just a few other little colours in there as well. So yeah, it's brilliant. It's a great material to work with. As with all my pieces, I do obviously always enamel the back. Okay, so both sides of the shim is enamelled. That's really, really important. Even more important, I guess, with shim, because it's such a thin copper that if you didn't enamel the back, it's very likely to crack. So same processes as you would work with any other material with copper, in terms of copper, in terms of it, you know, you'd enamel both sides most of the time. So so if you come and see me at my workshops, I will be saying to you, would you like to have a play with some shim? Or, you know, go for it. If you got some that you can have a go with, it's brilliant. It's good fun. Just watch those fingers because it's very sharp. I have so many cuts. So anyway, great. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Cheers.